Let me now discuss special corporations. There are two types of special corporations found in the revised corporation code. They are your educational corporations and you have the religious corporations. Section 105 defines what an educational corporation is. It is a corporation that is stock or non-stock, organized to provide facilities for teaching or instruction, and are to be governed by special laws and by general provisions of the revised corporation code. Religious corporations, on the other hand, are defined under Section 107. They are defined as corporations incorporated by one or more persons and are classified as either a corporation sole or religious society, and is to be governed by this chapter and generally by other provisions governing non-stock corporations. So, insofar as the definition, what is important is that an educational corporation can be stock or non-stock, and the purpose is to provide facility for teaching or instruction, and it is to be governed by special laws. Religious corporations are defined as either a corporation's sole or a religious society. The purpose of religious corporations, whether a corporation sole or religious society, is to take charge of the temporalities of the church, meaning referring to the revenue and the assets of the church. What makes these corporations special corporations is the fact that they are governed by a specific chapter of the revised corporation code, and insofar as educational corporations, they can be incorporated as stock or non-stock. Insofar as religious corporations, you have two kinds, corporation sole and religious society. And what is peculiar would be the corporation sole, which is organized only by a single person. So if an educational corporation is stock, then it will be governed by the general provisions on stock corporations. If it is non-stock, Section 106 provides that it should have a board of trustees of no less than 5, but not more than 15, but always in multiples of 5. So classified that 1/5 of its members shall have terms that expire every year, and those elected subsequently shall serve for 5 years. This, while provided under the law, will have to yield to what is in the articles and the bylaws of a corporation, because they can provide for a different number and a different term. Should there be any vacancy in the board of a non-stock educational corporation, the vacancies are only filled up for the unexpired portion. Going to a corporation sole, it is organized by the archbishop, bishop, priest, minister, rabbi, or other presiding elder of a religious denomination, sect, or church, for the purpose of administering and managing as trustee the affairs, properties, and temporalities of such religious denomination, sect, or church. So under Section 109, the Articles of Incorporation of a corporation sole should provide that he is either the archbishop, bishop, priest, minister, rabbi, or presiding elder, and that the rules are not inconsistent with his becoming a corporation sole, nor is it prohibited. That he is incorporating as a corporation sole because he is charged with the administration of its temporalities and management of its affairs. It should also provide the manner vacancies are to be filled and the principal office, which must be located in the Philippines. Once the articles are formulated and prepared, they are to be filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission. And unlike other corporations, do not need to wait for the issuance of a certificate of incorporation. It is deemed incorporated upon submission of the articles together with an affidavit of affirmation. So, the minute that has been done, it is incorporated as a corporation sole. Section 111 provides for the manner by which it may purchase and hold real estate and personal property and receive bequests or gifts for such purposes. It also provides for how it may be sold or alienated or mortgaged, which would now require obtaining an order from the regional trial court of the province where the property is situated. However, this rule, as provided under Section 111, will also have to yield if the church itself has its own rules and regulations as to the manner by which it is to purchase and hold real estate and personal property and receive bequests or gifts. So if that is the case, then there is no need for court intervention and Section 111 will not apply. Section 112 provides that vacancies can be filled by the filing with the SEC of a commission or certificate of election or proof of assumption. So you have the corporation sole incorporated, and if he is going to be replaced, or the person who constitutes the corporation sole is to be replaced, then Section 112 needs to be followed. Section 113 provides for the dissolution of a corporation sole, which would require the filing of a verified declaration of dissolution, stating the name, the reason for dissolution, authorization for dissolution, and the name and address of the persons who will supervise dissolution or wind up its affairs. Upon approval by the SEC, it will now cease to carry on its operations. A religious society, on the other hand, is the same as a corporation sole. The only difference is the manner by which it is incorporated. It is incorporated by a 2/3 vote or written consent of its members, who will then file its articles with the SEC, verified by the affidavit of the presiding elder, secretary, clerk, or member, stating that the society is a religious organization of some religious denomination, sect, or church, that 2/3 of its members have given their written consent or vote to incorporate at a duly convened meeting of the body. Third, that its incorporation is not forbidden by competent authority or by its constitution, rules, regulations, or its discipline of the religious denomination, sect, or church to which it belongs. The purpose is to manage or administer its affairs, properties, or estate. The location of the principal office, which must be in the Philippines, and the names, nationalities, and residence of the trustees elected to serve the first year for such period as prescribed, which board must not be less than 5 nor more than 15. What is peculiar with a religious society is that the incorporators would be those who are voting for its incorporation or has given written consent for its incorporation, unlike other corporations where there is a specific requirement as to incorporators. So that is our discussion on special